Welcome to the Lost and Talks podcast, episode 53. It's been a year and a week, and I don't know
quarantine.
what to say. And we're still winging it to this day.
Yep.
We're still winging it because, like, I think honestly, it might just be the timing of the week. But fuck it, it's the middle of the week, and you're just like, what's going on? Like, you know,
We soon in the future, maybe when we do the whole, adjustment, we might have to change this day or something. I don't know.
yeah,
In the future, I'm not saying soon, but in
Yeah.
the future, because I want to get a better news day. I want to get a better, not even necessarily news, but like just a better hype day.
yeah, because
you know?
it's Wednesday, so it's the middle of the week, and not a lot of shit happens in the middle of the week. Usually happens on the weekend. By the time we record this, it's already been a week.
Because think about it, and we're gonna get into this later a little bit, but the Tory Lanez shit technically happened last week.
Yeah.
And then we're talking about it this
I feel
week.
like bear shit always happens on
But
Thursday, Friday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But people aren't gonna listen to this pod until next week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I
we
mean?
almost need the time.
But even
travel.
if we did drop it like
So-
today, it would still feel late though. It'd still feel like a week
Facts,
late.
yeah.
we had the
Doesn't even
ability
matter.
to go travel, ahead a week in time, figure out what's going on, and record a pod. Then it comes out exactly when it happens.
That'd be sick.
That would be sick.
That'd be sick.
So maybe we need to figure that out.
Yeah, we'll see. One day.
Watch some Tenet.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah, I need to
Have you guys
watch
seen
that.
Tenet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
I've seen Tenet. So let me explain me. I saw Tenet, but I didn't.
Because he saw it backwards.
Yeah.
No. So basically, I went to a drive-in theater because that's pretty much the only ones that are open right now. here.
Romantic.
And me being a complete noob with drive-in theaters, I didn't realize that you needed to probably show up a good 40 minutes before to even get a parking spot because you have this huge line of cars outside the theater trying to get in because it's a car line. You're lining up.
Well, I
with
mean,
your
I'm
car.
sure that's just a thing that
Yeah.
now in the quarantine. That's
And it's also extra busy.
Yeah.
Because it was like
I mean,
there
I
was-
doubt they were ever busy before.
There was
this,
three
you know?
screenings. We're talking 3 different screenings going on at the same time, and every single one was full. So there must have been at least, holy shit, there must have been 300 cars.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It was crazy, and it took me. I missed the first 30 minutes of Tenet, and Tenet's one of those movies where if you miss the intro, you miss like anything.
I wouldn't even want to miss the production company names at the
Yeah,
beginning.
like, you
I don't want to
miss-
miss anything.
You miss anything, you're never catching up. Like, it's not a movie you could even go to the washroom real quick and come back. You're gonna miss like 3 important scenes, and you're not gonna know where the hell you are because they
Yeah.
just traveled back in time, and you don't know how the hell they got there. And because nothing's linear with that movie, right? There's like the movie's almost like, I don't want to get into it too much, but basically there's huge parts of the movie that you see twice.
Yeah, it's a non-linear story.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So
And that's what we love about Christopher Nolan,
Yeah.
non-linear stories and interesting
maybe
shit.
when we all watch it, and I need to watch it again.
Yeah.
I
we
don't
can
know.
talk
I'm not
about
too
it.
excited about it because I heard it was just like
Apparently,
I heard people just didn't get it. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
don't know. Yeah.
that's why I think it's better than Dunkirk, but it's not. Again, it's not one of his top movies.
Okay, I feel you.
He's still.
He's trying to figure something out.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna hit an Inception or a Memento level
Or
level of
Interstellar.
movies. Interstellar, yeah, that's
Yeah.
up there. I just watched that yesterday.
Ian was
Again,
crying.
I was stoned as fuck watching.
That's what being high does sometimes to me. I've noticed I've cried a lot when I was high.
Yeah, I think maybe it was the weed too.
It brings it out of me.
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember I was I'll never forget. I was ripped, and it was like the week, or not even the week, but a few days after X died, and I was watching YouTube videos, and a random one came up of like a bunch of fucking people and fans and celebrities just saying R.I.P. and shit, and I started bawling.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and I knew I was only bawling the way I was bawling because I was ripped, and
Yeah.
I was just feeling it. But yeah, man, being ripped sometimes, it just brings that out of you. Well, it's a beautiful moment that you can share with yourself and the universe.
And I think it's the being alone too. I think it's when you're alone and high, you just there's no inhibitions,
Yeah, exactly. It's beautiful.
That's true.
I
Yeah, I
can-
mean the fact that I was alone, like it was kind of like I was just by myself. So
Yeah, you can weep.
I could
Yeah.
kind of weep. Yo. Murph.
Because it's kind of weird to like cry in front of people. Because
Yeah.
if they'd be like, "Are you all right?" It's like, "Yeah, mans are fine." Like,
Fine, I'm
yeah.
just crying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't want to have to explain that to people,
Yeah.
Was there any movies you guys cried to?
Green Mile.
Be honest.
Pokemon.
Green Mile. Isn't that like a comic book movie?
No.
The Green.
You're thinking about the fucking Green Hornet
Oh,
with
my
Seth
bad.
Rogen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cried how bad
Yeah.
that fucking
That's
movie
what
was.
I'm saying, yo. Sorry, yeah, wrong movie.
That's how you can tell this man's age, yo. No, yeah, the Green Mile, that made me cry. I saw that when I was a kid.
Okay.
It just came out on like Rogers on Demand, and my grandma watched it, and she didn't know I was like peeping as I was walking by, and I was sitting on the stairs watching it while she was watching it in the living room. And bro, I was crying.
Shit, as a
Yeah,
kid.
Crying,
I haven't watched
crying,
it. I
crying,
heard it's a
crying.
deep movie though.
I don't remember how old I was, but it was still kind of fresh. It was probably came out within that
I think it
year,
came out like
year and a half.
97 or something. Yeah.
It made it
Like
came out that
98.
year and a half. So maybe I saw it 97. I probably saw it 99, maybe
Yeah.
2000. And bro, I was bawling. That made me cry, and then also the Pokemon movie, the
Yeah.
first one, when they're slapping each other. I tell people that all the time. I have no shame.
When they're slapping each other.
When they have like the clones of the Pokemon and they're slapping each other while Mewtwo and fucking Ash are fighting, crazy.
It was epic.
Yeah, I cried during that.
Because it was just so epic.
No, it was fucking sad, Ian.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
why is that
heartbreaking.
sad?
Because fucking Pikachu's and
getting-
Charmander were
getting
fucking
beat up?
slapping
Because you had
each
these
other.
Pokemon who were just born and they're like fighting
they're
their
fighting,
their
yeah.
people they're cloned after for no fucking reason. and
Yeah,
Ash
they don't
is
they
trying
don't
to
know
break
why
them
they're
up.
fighting. You know,
Mew
what I
doesn't
mean?
know
They're
why
just
he's fighting.
followers.
Mewtwo doesn't know why he's fighting.
Yeah,
you know,
nobody
like-
knew why they were fighting in that
Yeah.
whole movie. They were just kind of just following orders and just going along with the flow of things, and you kind of tell what that does to somebody's mental, man, especially the animals.
Shit.
And I fucking cried, man. Pikachu's getting slapped around, and the other Pikachu's getting slapped. I'm like, Pika, Pika, Pika. Oh man, that was terrible. That was terrible to watch. But yeah,
Yeah.
Interstellar has brought me close.
Hans Zimmer, bro, is just his music brings out so much emotion, and that movie
Yeah.
is so human, like a human story. You know, it's not your typical sci-fi.
That's why it's my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. It's my
I think
favorite
it's one of his tops, and like people want to focus more on Inception and
Yeah.
his older Memento movie and
Yeah.
and the Batman movies.
Those are all great.
Interstellar is like slept on a little bit. Like I think
I think
That's one
I
of the
personally
top.
think Interstellar is very slept on. It's a good fucking movie, and it has all those Christopher Nolan things. You know what I mean? That makes his movie stand out, but it's just like done.
And if you love
really
space,
well.
if you love space, you're gonna love the.
Oh, and I
science
love
behind
space.
It, it's how fascinating, you know, that movie.
Time.
The movie is very real. They did a lot of research. It's
Yeah,
really
man,
real.
stuff that you appreciate.
You know, the idea that they're on this planet and
Yeah.
and 1 hour of time on that planet is 7 years on Earth.
Yeah, crazy.
And this
man.
guy's daughter's life is being like
You start seeing
drained away. the
You
longer
watch
he's
that
on
shit, and you start understanding like the scale of the world and the
Yeah.
universe. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
again, your life isn't shit. Like,
Yeah, it's
you're a
such a
blink.
big
Everything that you
world.
know has been just a portion of a blink in time. You know what I mean? Like, people don't understand that.
Because
man.
like 3 hours on this planet was like an entire generation of humans here.
yeah,
Literally 3 hours on that planet.
yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy, and they go through black holes, and you see these massive things in space, and you're like, is this like how does this even exist?
Exactly.
Like how the
And that's
concept
real
of
shit.
space is so like crazy. How
Space.
small we are as humans, and the little impact we have on this little planet. And then there's all that out there that we literally have. I mean, we like to think we know a lot about it, but we really don't.
We don't know shit.
We don't understand actually how it works and where it came from. We just have concepts of how it works, and
Yeah.
but where like who made that? There's everything is so deep. Yo.
We're doing this today, eh?
Yeah, is everything?
I'm ready for these talks.
I'm
eh?
ready, but
We can get lost.
Is everything made by somebody else? How did that happen?
And that's what I'm saying. you
Big
know what I mean?
Bang. They like to say Big Bang or whatever.
And what happened before the Big Bang? Like, what was going on before that?
Is nothing. But how?
And
is
do you
there-
understand the scale of nothing?
Like
Well, the
like
Big Bang.
nothingness, dude.
Nothing is so vast.
They think the Big Bang was like a pop of energy, but then they also believe it could be
Bro.
a black hole in like
Yes.
reverse. So it was like this universe was created out of like a black hole.
Yeah.
but we don't know.
But it could have. So it's like any black hole that we observe in the universe could have.
Yeah.
They don't know. They think that there's enough energy in each one of those black holes to create a new universe in itself, right? So
black holes create universes.
they don't. They
They don't
That's
know.
a theory, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
what a black hole, and I did my science fair project on this. Kevin knows that. way back. But basically, what black holes do, they just suck. Everybody knows this. They suck in shit. But the interesting thing about it is that there's, how do I say this?
Black holes are created by.
They're literally black.
Yeah.
You can't see light in a black hole. It could suck in light, and you won't see the light.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What's on the other side of a black hole?
Nobody knows.
Well,
because
it's
so that was the point. And
like, you know, in Interstellar, how it looks.
Exactly.
It reflects. It's like you know when he
reflects
makes the explanation
light
about the wormhole with
Yeah.
like the 2D and the 3D.
Yeah.
So it's like a 4-dimensional thing that reflects 3-dimensional space. So
yes.
If you were to
I love that shit, bro.
so it's kind of like it's like a mirror
space.
that reflects 3 dimensions, not just the 2 dimensions.
Yeah.
So it's really it's like when you look at it, you wouldn't even like fathom what it is, right?
Shit. And no one knows what's
No
on
one-
the other side of it.
no one knows what's
'Cause in
happens
the movie,
on-
they tried to figure. No, they're like, well, no one knows.
But that's what I appreciate about the
then-
movie, because nobody knows what's on the other side of a black hole. So the reason why you see that fucking bookshelf and shit makes complete sense to me, because nobody knows.
And then also
it could
they
be
needed
anything.
that robot to like sacrifice itself so
Yeah.
that he could get the mathematics to give to the daughter.
the right equation to give to
Yeah.
his daughter.
He was
back
gonna
in
send,
time.
He was sending the robot through it to see what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah. Him and the robot.
Yeah.
Well, the robot could like get all the calculations.
And they say
right?
it would rip you apart. That's what they
Yeah.
think.
But
That's
they
what
don't
they
know.
think.
Yeah,
They
but
don't
they
know.
imagine because it rips light apart.
It
Like,
rips light
Yeah.
apart. It
Yeah.
can rip planets apart. You know what I mean? But we don't know what happens after. So what if, we don't know. Again, we don't know. But what if the planet comes back on the other side fully fine?
I think even the most like even the top scientists in the field
my
say like,
God.
yo, like it could just be a portal, like a wormhole. It could
It could be
Out.
and it could be a wormhole, and we just haven't
you
entered
could
it
travel back in time. You could fucking like it. They don't know what
yet.
the
They don't know.
possibilities.
They
are
haven't
with
tested
it.
anything out, because you
They-
can't really find black holes, and
Yeah.
and again, it's space, so a
If
lot
there
of the
was a
shit that
black
you're
hole
seeing
in our
happened
universe,
already.
we'd be dead. We'd be fucked.
Yeah, close enough to us. Yeah,
would suck us in.
there are some that I think they've
there are.
observed some obviously with like
They've observed
huge-ass
some
telescopes and shit,
black
but, like,
holes that have gone off,
Yeah.
and some stars that could potentially lead to that around us, and that's just life. Like, that's just nature. Do you understand that? Like, that's
So,
just, that could happen.
Black holes are the result of a sun dying, a large sun dying. Is that
Star.
right?
two
Star
stars.
dying. Sorry.
A super massive star, or I think it's like 2 small stars.
Yeah.
That like.
Okay.
You know, they do that spinning thing. I can't remember what it's called. And then
no
they,
worries.
it's supernova or whatever. And then there's
can't
the
remember now,
supermassive one.
Yeah. So if our sun,
I can't remember about our sun if
it would
it's in
become
the,
a dwarf, I believe.
Yeah.
It would
Or
become a
yeah,
dwarf, so
yeah,
it just
yeah.
it would just
burn
turn
out.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it would just be a rock.
yeah,
Yeah.
It'll just,
Whatever it is.
it'll just turn off one day,
Yeah.
which is even crazier to think
And then
about.
we die in like a day. Like, we'd
Yeah, but by the time that happens, we're not even here.
Yeah, some whole new ecosystem.
We're in another place.
and then there's dark matter and antimatter. And
exactly,
shit,
which we still don't even
which
understand.
is
fully
apparently
yet.
like 80% of the universe or whatever, and we don't even see it or
And we
know
can't
how to
see
observe it or
I mean, this is like the craziest question, but like, humanity can live on for that long? Like, we don't know, obviously, but
And again, we've talked about this
See,
before.
I feel like that's the biggest thing is like that's up to us.
that's up to us.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
talked
You know,
about
when
this
people
before.
are like, "Yo,
The
what
way-
are space funding for
Yeah.
and stuff?" It's like, it's what are we doing?
Exactly.
Like, you know, like where are
Exactly.
we going? Yeah.
Again, I think I've said this on the podcast before, but it's crazy. We live on this planet, and there's so many ignorant people that don't even understand that mans don't know what's under us in the fucking ocean.
Yeah.
yeah.
And they don't know what's in space. We're trapped between 2 fucking layers of.
These are the same people.
We're in a
who-
sandwich of I don't know.
Yeah. If this was like
woke.
if this, I mean, it's a bad example, but if this was like the 1400s, there'd be mans in Europe like, "Yo, why don't we just stay here?"
Mm-hmm.
Not like let's explore and conquest, but the people who were
That's
like, "Yo,
okay.
let's go explore the world."
Yeah,
because
those are the
there's
people.
they know, there's obviously like a bigger world. Yeah, okay, we found the world now. But like we know that there's a whole universe out here, and we've been knowing there's a whole universe out here.
Exactly.
So it's like, what were we trying to do? You
It's
know,
a good example. Yeah, I mean, if they didn't go, the world would not be
What it is now.
Yeah.
vast, and we wouldn't have humans
all we need-
populating almost every
and all we need to do now
country,
is just
continent
explore
in
the,
the world.
universe, right?
Exactly. So the next step would be, because we're kind of stagnant as a
Yeah,
humans are stagnant, if you will, physically, and like we're not really going anywhere.
and we keep
know,
populating this earth,
like-
right?
Yo, I
So,
hope
I
you're
mean,
smoking
yeah,
a spliff right now. Whoever's listening to this.
At the end of the day, I mean, the only thing that humans we're creatures that create, and the only thing we're kind of generating or making right now is technology. I mean, that's kind of what we're best at. we're best at technology and we're best at killing each other. Realistically, those are like the two things we're best at the moment. So I mean, that's kind of what we're meant to do. I mean, as humans or animals. And
I saw this crazy
create next level technology.
I saw this crazy like illustration on Twitter once, and it was of an alien looking at Earth.
Yeah.
And it was like, it sucks because all they had to do was coexist.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the
and I'm like,
biggest problem.
that's so deep. You know what I mean? Like, that's all we really need to do. We really shouldn't have problems here.
See, and the thing about like, we can't leave Earth if the humanity is at war with each other, right?
Exactly.
Like,
so again, that's why we need a
Yeah.
bigger problem.
yeah,
You know
because it's
what I
kind of
mean?
like it. That's why like the whole thing about like traveling the universe, it's not about just that one thing. It's about it means that we've solved all
Everything.
the problems that
All problems.
we're dealing with right now. You know.
nothing. Not even right now. In the past, in the present, in the future,
Yeah.
all problems could be solved with time travel
Yeah.
at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every problem that has happened since the beginning of time could be, and to infinite future could be solved.
As far
with
as
time
what
travel.
we know, time travel is not possible though. I think there's like they could technically go forward in time a little bit. There's like a way of doing it, but back is like impossible as far as we know.
Yeah,
Back in time, like,
Until we
you can't,
get
but-
inside a
and
black
that's what
hole.
they're trying to figure out.
Yeah,
man.
I think there's a way of going, and it has to do with
Dark matter,
you can go ahead in time a little bit, and but
time zones.
yeah, technically, yeah, there's a way of doing it. I can't remember. There was an
it's-
explanation.
Yeah, it's like the gravity thing, you know. Like
Yeah,
the gravity-
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. But back in time is, as far as we know, impossible. Like you can't go back in time.
Yeah,
Like there's no way. Like that's just moving forward.
But I mean, even like, you know, right now in the world we live in, if somebody did figure that shit out, that wouldn't be helpful because somebody would be trying to figure out how to capitalize on it, right?
Yeah, it would just be fucked because like
It's like we can't even discover these things until we know that nobody's gonna try to, you know, take advantage
people
of
are
it.
gonna
too.
take advantage
Yeah.
of it. Of course.
yeah, always,
People are
always,
gonna take
Yeah.
advantage.
always, for sure.
no
And that's
way.
again, that's the craziest part about just
And that's why
all we need to do is coexist, and we
Yeah.
can't do that shit. We
That's
can't
why
just live with
if
each other.
we did know how to do it, like I don't even think humans would want that knowledge to be like public. To be honest,
But that's why
kind of similar to how they're keeping the
government
aliens from
should
us.
keep
you
shit
know?
from us.
The aliens.
Yeah. What was I
We'll
gonna
see,
say? Have man seen Arrival?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I just, you know what, that movie doesn't sit well in my memory, for some reason. I've seen it though.
Oh, I thought you were saying something bad. Yeah. Okay.
No, like I don't remember it.
Yeah, I know what you
But
mean.
I've seen it.
But that movie is just a great movie to watch. I watched it for the first time recently with my girlfriend, and she hates these non-linear fucking stories because she's like, "Yo, She doesn't fully understand the concept. She gets it, but she doesn't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's a great movie to watch just to understand.
That was like the second. That
A
was the next
non-linear
movie
story?
that I felt before
Yeah.
Interstellar. Like,
Yeah,
those are like my
exactly.
two space movies.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to explain a non-linear scenario or situation in real life. You kind of it has to do with aliens, obviously, and it's really trippy just to think about. But thinking about understanding the future, the past, the present is when you can figure out how to change something in the future, you can then affect your past.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean.
And the whole point of that movie too is the aliens are trying to get the humans to work with each other.
exactly, and they don't understand it. And that was it. And they're like, "Yeah, bro, like we're trying to get you on board with our gang. Like,
Yeah.
like pull up. Like we'll teach you guys how to do this shit." And that's crazy, man. Crazy world, man. These non-linear.
I was gonna ask. I may have asked you this before, but like colonization of Mars, I feel like that's probably, and we don't know, but that might be the next.
It seems like
big
something that Elon
the
is
next
probably
big
going to work
step.
on.
I mean,
in
he's
his
been-
lifetime, I think. Yeah.
He's actually said this is like my life.
If
goal.
not him, then X
or his
XAE.
child,
Yeah, his son. Yeah.
one of his children,
X8-DQ.
one of his children, if not, will carry the torch to try and accomplish this in the next.
Oh yeah, I guess some of them are like older, right?
I
Probably.
mean, how much time? I mean, I think Elon Musk's greatest.
So fucking Obama watching the game.
Yeah, that is Obama.
That's jokes.
I think
talking?
Elon Musk's greatest obstacle is time because he's in his 40s. He might only have another 40 years of his life.
yeah.
What if
So
he's figuring
time-
that out?
I mean that
What if
might,
he's figuring out time travel?
that might need to be his first step. Like he might need to figure out how to either live past 100 like with no ease, so he can still work at 100 to figure out how to go to Mars. Because like realistically, like when you look at the time, like going to Mars in the next 40 years is very unlikely.
I feel like he needs to be the guy
but-
who provides the technology, and then there needs to be somebody who's the science. Like I don't know if has the science.
I know what you mean. Yeah, exactly. I want him to design the shit. I want him to
Like
come up with the
fund it.
ideas.
Yeah, have
and
the
fund as much as he
warehouse
can.
and stuff. Yeah,
but I want him to have a team of people that are smarter than him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Going in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
SpaceX is making big moves, so we'll see. SpaceX might be as big as NASA in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
And Tesla might be the biggest car company in America.
Yeah, I heard
in the next 10 years.
I heard
because-
that he's trying to cut the price down of a Model 3 to 25,000.
That's amazing.
Crazy, yeah.
Bro, I'm seeing a lot more people with
Because
Teslas.
here's one thing. Gotta think of it this way. In the next 10 years, I believe, I don't know the date, but in about 10 years, all new cars in California need to be electric. All new vehicles. So just think about it.
That's a good
Of
timeline.
30 million people, any new vehicle you purchase in California in the next 10 years need to be electric. Tesla's already put in the groundwork. They're about
years.
They're about roughly 5 years ahead of any major American car company.
I was
and
gonna say
Japanese
maybe
car
even
company.
longer, bro.
They're about 5 years ahead, if
yeah.
not more.
Yeah.
Because like Ford and GM, they haven't even thought about it. I mean, they're thinking about it, but they haven't even really made any moves yet.
American automotive engineering is like the most like
Yeah.
what do you call it, like behind the you know.
I mean, Ford and GM are kind
Yeah.
of dookie. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I don't.
I would favor
I don't-
Japanese cars before
Exactly,
those cars.
Japanese and German cars.
The only
Yeah.
reason that German and Japanese cars became a thing everywhere else in the world was because how bad the American cars were, like after World War II or something.
Yeah.
And then you started hearing these things about like, yo, Hondas are like indestructible, like Volkswagens are indestructible, and that's the only reason that they became the top of the.
Can I do a
engineering, you know?
quick sidestep? Because that's crazy how this just happened. Just going off of time and weird shit. I literally just had deja vu of Kevin saying
Oh
literally
yeah,
that.
I love that shit.
You know what I mean?
Do you know the reason behind that though? It has something to do with your brain. Like,
No, that has to do with
Like
the future, the
doubling.
past.
It has
and
to
the
do
present.
with you. Yeah,
That has to do with time travel,
Yeah.
internal
No, it
time
doesn't.
travel. Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
bro, I have a case of deja vu probably once a week.
No, but you know what? Sometimes there's times
moments where I'm like,
yo, I dreamt this.
I know this whole scenario
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
yeah.
Yeah, it actually trips me out sometimes.
Where
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, I was there.
Yeah.
There's apparently a scientific
No, there's
reason
been
why that happens.
there's been
though.
bare times where I'm like, yo, I could find a journal or something where I wrote this down or
Yeah.
something. Because if it's like a strong enough like dream or memory or something, I'll write it down.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I never find it, but like,
That's what I'm
Deja,
saying.
deja vu has been linked to dreams. You might have had a dream like this that you don't remember, but then why would you have a dream before it happened?
Exactly.
So did you time travel? Did you see into the future?
And what are
That's what I'm
dreams?
saying.
You know,
Jesus.
Dreams are another thing.
we're
that
talking about below. We're talking about above. Like, yo, you know,
What
like-
about right here, bro?
Instagram Live. This is too much. This is too much.
What about right here,
we
bro?
don't even know ourselves,
Do
bro.
you even know yourself, dude?
Dreams are another completely different topic, but basically, yeah, we have no idea how any of that works either. I mean,
They don't
we've
really
hooked
know
our-
why we dream.
We've hooked our brains up to whatever scanners to try and figure it out, and we don't know. I mean, the content of your dream sometimes makes sense because you will dream something that you're thinking about. Or
That's
or
happened
someone
sometimes
you're thinking about.
where, you know, I wake up, I'm like, all right, yeah, I was thinking about this before bed.
Yeah.
So that's why.
But you ever had
Yeah.
a dream
Yeah.
about someone or someone's in it that you haven't thought about in years, bro? Like you have a dream about a friend that you had in elementary school and you haven't thought about that person in who knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
And you just had a dream about them and it's like, why did that happen?
Yeah.
Why did I go to sleep and think about this? Like, why did this come out of my mind while I was sleeping? You know, I haven't thought about it in 10 years. It's just interesting to think, like, why that happens.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like, do you just even the thought of like somewhere in your brain or your mind or whatever exists everything you've seen and
Everything.
read and thought and, you know,
Yeah.
everything you've experienced.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, that goes back to, and also goes back to how much of our brain we don't use, right? So there's all that information that's being stored in the back that we don't actually pull out.
We don't even use, how much is it? We don't even use like 10%
Yeah,
of
it's
this
just
shit or some
10%.
shit.
Yeah.
Something like that, right? So,
You know that thing about like everybody in your dream is like somebody you've
yeah.
a face you've seen or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think like every setting that you're in is also something you've seen, or do you think like I've never looked that up, but that was something I was thinking
Interesting.
about the other day. Like,
I don't know. That's interesting.
Do you think everything that every place you've been is something you've either seen on TV or like, you know, been?
That's so crazy.
Every place you say again.
Every place like you've seen in your dream.
Yeah.
In your dream is a place you've been.
or
Or
you know,
seen.
you know, like
Interesting.
on TV.
Because
Yeah.
how would your mind generate something that's
because
never seen?
the whole point about the faces thing is like you can't generate a face that you've never
That
seen.
you've never seen.
So like, can you generate a place that you've never seen too? Like,
yeah, and why can't we generate faces in our dreams? I mean, we
Have
it's
you
like
ever
weird
have,
outlines,
have you
but-
guys ever like seen a girl and been like, yeah, you would exist? Like look at her face and like, yeah. I don't know if that's just me, but I've
know
looked
it's-
at I've looked at
yeah,
people
yeah.
and been like, your face type would exist.
yeah.
Like, yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah. Do you also? This is another question. Yeah, I don't even know what. What? Dude, I also have this other thought. This is the craziest podcast. This is Lost in Talks. This is actually Lost in Talks. What is the craziest thing I think about is like, have you ever noticed there's only there's got to be at least 100 or more different face types. You ever
Yeah.
think that like so many? There's a certain number of people that kind of look similar.
Yes, definitely. There's people that look similar.
And there's like you've probably met 10 or 20 people that look very similar.
Yeah.
And it's almost.
I think there's a
weird.
stat about it. There's like 6 people that look like
Yeah.
exactly like you in
Exactly.
the world
Yeah,
at
there's
any
like
given time or something.
something like that.
Yeah.
Like, there's like a lot of people
Yeah.
that look very similar, and you start to think like, holy shit, there's only like 100 different variations of human faces.
yeah, exactly. Literally,
Between like how many races are there? Like 5 or 6.
races and different like
You know what I mean?
different combinations of noses and
Yeah.
shit like that. But
Like
man,
It's
how many-
it's
yeah.
basically only as whatever like the newest 2K creative player
yeah,
like
yeah, that's what it is.
yeah, whatever you can
A
do
quick
to
selection.
customize, like that's about how many faces there are like in the world, you
realistically,
know?
because
Yeah.
that's all they could come up with.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's crazy, man. Well, thank you for listening to us
We'll take a quick break here.
ramble.
Yo, we're back. Lost in Talks podcast, episode 53. We got a
5-3.
quick
go.
fact of the day.
A quick fact. Don't kill
Fact of the week.
A long fact.
me. Don't kill me.
We were just talking about random shit before we restarted this, and
Random
Jamal has
facts.
a really interesting fact that I really didn't know, and I doubt you knew either.
Do you guys remember Spike TV? And if you do remember Spike TV, do you remember the show Mansers? It was on around the same time of 1,000 Ways to Die or some shit. You know? Another classic.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
good.
those shows were awesome at
Those
the
are
time.
great fucking
And
shows. And MX versus
the ones where they had the
Not MX
the
versus
two
TV.
like the, you know, what were they called? Like when they had like somebody versus another
Deadliest
thing.
Warrior?
Deadliest Warrior.
Deadliest
yeah.
Warrior,
Warriors.
and
Shit.
then MXC.
Yeah.
and shit
Ninja
like
versus
that.
Spartan.
Yeah,
some shit.
those were great
Yeah, or
times.
they had and the dude and the nerd or whatever. He had some weird program that would
Yeah.
some algorithm that would fucking
Do you guys remember
calculate it.
Pamela Anderson's cartoon Stripperella?
Oh yeah.
No.
I never
Yeah.
watched it, but I knew it was
I tried to
on.
get that in whenever I could, bro. It's
funny.
hard to. Stripperella was crazy. But anyways, Mansers, I remember being younger and watching Mansers and just being so intrigued by that shit just because it was like fun facts that I didn't know as a a teenager, a young teen, a preteen. And you're learning about all these different things, who has the fattest tits in the fucking world and shit like that.
Which
And I
is
just-
Russia,
And
apparently.
I sound like a sleaze bag when I said that just now, but it's done. You know what I mean? It's done.
That show was
But do you guys remember fruit flies? Fruit flies actually have, I believe, it is the longest semen out of any creature on the planet. I believe,
and
I
it's
could be
not
wrong.
just long, bro. It's
But-
gigantic
compared to them.
compared to them. Like if you were to we're about to tell you the size in a minute,
Yeah.
but it's like when they eject their sperm, it's like if we injected a sperm that was like 20 feet long.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So imagine the size you are now, and then 20 times that is about the size
something
of
like
their
that.
sperm, something like that. So basically,
Yeah.
just imagine a fruit fly. Now, if a fruit fly nuts on you,
You actually might feel it.
you'll actually see it. You'll most likely see it.
You can physically see it.
And that's because a fruit fly's sperm, their semen, their nut, is 6 centimeters long. Now, just think about it. You're thinking 6 centimeters, but compare that to the actual fruit fly.
Yeah.
A fruit fly, how big would you say a fruit fly is? I don't even know.
Dude, it's
Not even a millimeter?
yeah, I mean, it's about a
Maybe even
millimeter.
smaller?
Yeah.
It's just big enough you can actually see it. You can barely see those things sometimes.
Yeah.
Half
you
the
know?
time, yeah. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, they have a long nut, yo.
That's crazy.
A long
And it's like one? Like they just shoot out one?
I don't know if it's one. I didn't do all
They
that
can't
research.
have thousands of them that size.
That'd be crazy.
You would How come I've never seen this? I guess I'm not studying fruit.
You're not in the fruit fly orgies.
Like, how's that even exist in its body though? It's just swimming around in it until like it's ready to
How is
go.
it-
I
Like,
feel like it's like twisted or
Are you
folded
sure?
or some shit
Are you
like
sure
that.
This is real. Now when I'm thinking about it, like
Bro,
how
I
is this
pulled
even
this- I'll pull it. Watch.
on a wiki?
No. This is straight on Google. I said
Yeah,
I wrote
6 centimeters.
6 centimeters size of
A
fruit fly sperm.
Dorse of whatever.
Yeah, it's just a fruit
Only
fly
a
name.
few millimeters in size, but produces almost 6 centimeters long. Oh wow!
Let me see why that is.
Oh my god! Can we get a photo of this? Like I just
Pause.
want to understand. I just want to, dude. Like where? Oh, maybe we don't see it because they're shooting it in our fruit, bro. Bro, what if it's in the fruit?
That's fucking disgusting. And you're eating fruit
Dude.
fly nut, bro. Your peaches
What if it's in the bananas that you eat,
in the
bro?
bananas, bro. You're seeing those fruit flies in your bread, and there's just
Dude. Yo, guys, if you
That is
see fruit
disgusting.
flies in your fruit, throw it out, bro, because there's actual
bro, you can't escape them shits.
Because you got to think of where do they lay their nest and they're mating in your fruit,
Yeah.
dude.
oh, okay. So it's like a, how do I say it? It's a mating thing.
Right.
So instead, for them, what's important? So for fruit flies, if you're in the fruit fly game and you're fucking fruit flies, and you're a female, right? It's not about the dick size; it's about the nut size. So what the nut does, the bigger the nut is, it takes over what the girl already has in her.
So the nut size is like a flex for them.
Yeah, nut size is like your flex. So it's about mating.
Okay.
So like, yeah, larger sperm are able to displace their smaller competitors from the female reproductive tract. A competitive advantage in fertilizing the
Dude,
eggs.
that's crazy, and it's like we're talking about like all this deep shit in the world and shit, and then you have that going on.
Yeah, man.
You have that. That was some sort of evolutionary thing.
I mean, that's the other part of that too. Is like, things are happening at a
At a
cellular
micro
level that
Yeah,
are
level.
as infinite as we are composed of like billions of little cells that are, we are like we are a what do you call it, a coexisting body, right? Like we
Yeah.
are the kind of microcosm of what the world could be, because we are just made up of little cells that are working together to
Yeah.
create
You don't
these
get that,
things.
man.
you know?
There's how many different worlds are working right now while we speak in this.
Like completely
In this basement?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like we always, as humans, we naturally think about just our world.
Yeah.
But there are, think of ants. Okay, so ants are
Bugs.
on another level, dude. Like
Spiders?
you got to think about how many ants there are on the world.
Yep.
There's a lot of goddamn ants, and they're actually, yeah, they have their own little world. They have their own little ecosystem, and
Yeah.
they play a huge part on the earth.
Yep.
And they're actually, the way they think and the way they operate as a colony is actually really fascinating. It's really intelligent. They do some crazy stuff, like if one's sick, they know they'll like, throw the body out. I was out there. Joe Rogan was talking about this on an episode a couple episodes ago. There's this fungi, this type of mushroom fungi that infects ants, a certain species of ants.
Oh, that
Oh,
zombie
I've seen
shit.
that.
the
Yeah,
zombie
the zombie
one,
one.
the zombie
yeah.
ants or whatever.
And that's
yeah.
a real thing that could happen to humans.
I think it was the
Yeah.
same name as the virus that's in the Last of Us, the game. Right?
Really?
The
Yeah.
cordyceps or
Yeah,
whatever.
literally.
Cordyceps
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, that can infect ants, and the ants are smart enough to know that one of their friends is infected, and they'll actually throw it out
and they'll
of the
pull up
colony.
the shoddy on them.
Yeah, they'll just like say you're out. We'll throw you out right now.
Did
'cause
mans
they know
know-
it's gonna infect the rest of the colony, right?
Did you guys know there's 1 million ants per human?
That's
A
crazy.
million ants per human.
And I believe there's
7 billion humans.
and I may be wrong. It's
do
either
math.
one of these two. There's either a chicken for every human or 100 chickens.
Yeah,
That's about
it's,
right.
It's just 100. I think it's more than one. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 100. I think.
There's
yeah.
a
100
twice-
chickens per
Yeah.
human.
Or 10 or 100 or
There's
something.
100
shit.
times more
Yeah.
chickens than humans.
Let me double check.
Something like that. Yeah.
Makes sense. Think about how many humans eat chicken.
Yeah.
How many we need to feed.
And then the other thing is like there's always a spider within like 10 or 30 meters or something of your vicinity at any given space in the world or something.
Yeah. How many?
Something,
meters?
yeah, something like that.
I
Or
believe
10
that.
feet or
There's-
10
there's-
meters.
there's
Yeah,
very-
they're in the walls
There's
and
very
shit, right?
easily a spider behind that desk
Yeah,
right now.
I swear there's one right there. Like,
There probably is one right
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one on the wall right there.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. There's so many different worlds within this world that we call our world.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you gonna look up?
I'm looking for the chickens.
The chickens. I thought it was like double, but it's 10 times or 100 times. That's crazy.
Oh, it's almost 10. 8.82.
So there's like,
Almost 10.
you know,
You can round that to
almost a billion chickens.
10. A lot of them.
56 billion chickens.
Yeah,
56.
more than a billion.
Billion. Sorry, billion. Sorry, almost 56
Or like 60,
billion
yeah,
chickens.
like 60 billion
That's
chickens.
what I
Yeah.
meant to say.
60 billion chickens.
Yeah, yo. Just to put your life in perspective, folks, anybody that's listening to this, you don't mean shit. Like, I understand you may think your life's problems are...
Yeah. And one of those
What's
chickens
happening-
is getting thrown against the wall in a KFC, KFC factory
Right now.
right now. So.
Right now, he's getting his head bashed in.
These poor chickens, they were bred to die.
God damn, bro.
That's crazy, bro. That sucks, dude.
Yeah, that's the way you.
That's the food chain, though. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
my
that's just what
God.
it is. It's the pyramid. It's the pyramid scheme.
You
man.
ever look at meat sometimes and you're like, yo, am I going to stop at some point?
No, I've tried, man. I went vegan for a bit and it was cool. It was fun. I felt great.
Like,
But then-
like just conceptually, like sometimes
no.
I look at meat when I'm just like,
And I'm like, shit, that
ground
was a-
beef or something. I'm just looking at
that
it.
was
I'm like,
an animal,
yo,
That's a
bro.
mashed up
Yeah.
cow.
That was a
bro.
fucking cow. like that was a cow that was just chilling, bro.
Yeah.
Not knowing what the fuck was going on, just eating fucking.
You know when it
grass.
trips me up? Sometimes I'll make like cookies and then I'll make like ground like meatballs like within the same day or the next day, and I'm doing the same process, right? You're
Yeah.
just rolling it. I'm like, yo, one of these
Crazy.
is fucking flour and one of these is an animal, bro.
Bro, even when I'm like seasoning fucking chicken or shit like this, I'm like, holy
the
Yeah.
concept,
fuck.
the concept that you know how like a lot of food is like considered art. It's beautiful, like
Yeah.
the way we create these recipes and these beautiful pieces of food that we
Mm-hmm.
eat. We're literally taking what a cow, like what a cow looks like, and we've transformed that into this like elegant gourmet burger. The
Yeah,
fact
man.
that we took a life and made that into something so pretty that we then consume ourselves.
I used to have to fucking
crazy.
make
Think
the
about
burger patties at the restaurant I worked at, bro. Grinding the meat and everything, bro.
You know?
And I'm sitting there putting this whole fucking cow piece
Yeah.
into this thing and grinding it up, and I'm like, damn, man. This is fucked up. Like, if anybody did this to my family members,
Yeah.
you would fucking kill them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you found out somebody in your family died like that,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
yeah.
And we're doing it in front of their fam.
And we're doing it in front of the fam, eating burgers in front of the whole cows, bro, in front of a farm.
And what's crazy is the fact that we don't. Well, at least
We're about to go on a chicken sandwich tour.
Holy shit! The fact that, especially in the first world where we live, we don't even need to eat this shit anymore.
Exactly.
We have enough resources to create food that we don't
Yeah.
need to even need to eat meat to survive. You know,
That's what I was,
Back
because I was
on-
thinking, like, you know, with this
Yeah.
Beyond Meat shit, like, do you think that it's gonna, like, in our life overtake?
I think it
our-
will, but
our
I
habits?
don't see
know.
it happening until like
I think it'll be a big competitor.
I think it'll happen in about. I think it's soon, but not soon enough for
Yeah,
me to
yeah,
make
yeah.
any changes.
I think in the
Yeah.
next
20 years.
in the next couple of decades, I think it'll
Maybe
be a
like
big
2030.
competitor.
Maybe
to
like
meat.
beef will be cut
Gone.
down drastically because
be-
people are not fucking with like milk, dairy, or like cow. Like you
I
know,
don't drink milk.
Dairy is just does that just
Yeah,
relate to cows?
I have milk.
Yeah, people
but
don't really fuck
that's
with
my
dairy
ice
that
cream.
much anymore, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm pretty sure if they come up with like a synthetic cheese or
If they just
have it
make something
already,
that tastes good,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
There's enough
You're good.
companies now. Beyond Meat started the wave where, yeah, I think there's a lot of good meat alternatives, and I think in the next couple of decades, I think, I think we're gonna have a shift. We're gonna have a divide between meat and meatless products.
yeah.
We're gonna see it, especially more in the first world, of course. You
Yeah.
know, the third world's still gonna rely on meat because it's cheap to produce and
Yeah.
stuff, and they're not.
Well,
gonna,
that's the
they're not
problem too.
gonna
That's where
get-
they're making the diseases, right?
Yeah, exactly. But the first world will definitely. I think we're going to see a divide. You know, as the technology gets better for Beyond Meat and stuff like that, and on
Yeah.
top of that, we have this new concept of lab grown meat. Like lab grown meat is a thing that's coming.
that's kind of
and-
weird though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird to think about, but we don't know. It might be pretty good. So
I don't care if it's good.
you don't like the. I mean,
Lab grown meat.
I know.
What was grown in a lab that we all fuck with? Can we think about it? What was grown in a lab? What?
Coronavirus.
How do they make acid? Is that in a lab?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't had acid yet, so I can't talk on that.
you're funny.
I don't know.
We'll see. It's just the idea of man-made meat. Man.
Yeah.
That sounds bad, I know.
Yeah.
But
Ian McGilvery.
it'll overtake the meat industry. It'll put a strain on them for sure.
Yeah, I think the vegetarian and vegan worlds will probably be at the forefront in about 20 to 40 years.
Yeah.
20 to 40 years, just because we're gonna have to get the older generation out of here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that newer generation, the kids that we see now, that their parents are in the LGBTQ community, or like super crazy artists, or vegans themselves, those are gonna be the kids that are coming up, and they're gonna be like, yeah, that's just
Just even the world that you live in.
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like I can't. I'm trying to think. I feel like bullying. I'm sure it's still bad, but like I feel like it's so much different now. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like. I hope, but maybe not. But I feel like kids are a lot more aware than we were in terms of like just getting right information.
Yeah,
out
yeah,
there,
yeah,
you know? Like,
definitely. And that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, kids are. You start seeing how the next generation's looking, and you're like, fuck, like they're set, kind of.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucked up shit going on,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
But if everything kind of works out, they're set.
Yeah.
Because like they have a lot of information. We were talking about this. I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast or in person, but we were talking about fucking Facebook and how Facebook is literally going to be Facebook. Oh yeah, our podcast. How we're happy that we are able to record the podcast here, because think about it, in the future, our kids are gonna watch this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Our kids are gonna be able to watch the shit. They're gonna be check out our old music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're gonna be able to watch out old YouTube videos. And what's even crazier, do you guys know there's fucking videos on YouTube where they just do like fucking street walks?
Yeah, we talked about this.
Did we talk about it on the pod, or was that just me and you?
It was me and you at my house. We were talking about
Yeah.
how there's a lot of those POV videos.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
people
yeah.
walk around other like foreign cities.
Yeah, I
whatever.
heard that was I think that became an even bigger thing during the quarantine.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's a really
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
you know virtual travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really big thing on YouTube. They get lots of millions of views. But like the idea that now like because video technology is so easy, you could just pick up a phone or whatever and record, or a GoPro and record. You know, your point of view, your POV. People are walking around the city doing this.
Yeah.
And now this is now a modern day. This is a time capsule on YouTube that
Yep.
people hopefully. I mean, if YouTube's still around, which I'm sure it will be, or these videos will be archived somewhere. People can watch in 30, 40, 50 years.
4K videos.
4K, which might not.
Which might not even be a thing.
It might be trash because by then
Yeah,
we're in
they might be
simulation.
trash.
But I mean,
They're gonna be like, bro, I can't watch it in my eyes.
bro, like it's not a simulation video. Like I can just do this now.
But I mean, when we watch
But-
shit from the the 1900s and shit.
Yeah,
still,
but it's just
still
crazy to think
informative,
about.
You know,
It's crazy because
informative,
you know those stupid ass things you see on Facebook or sometimes online where it's like, oh, this is what the fucking TTC's streetcar looked like in whatever year it was.
yeah,
Kids are gonna be able to do that in the future about fucking 2020.
they're gonna
It's just
see. They're gonna
weird.
see the point of view of a person in 2020 walking through Tokyo on a rainy
on a
day,
rainy day
on
Yeah.
a rainy day, and see that.
with lo-fi beats.
Yeah.
Just see that in its entirety. And I mean, we don't have POV high quality footage of a man walking around New York City in 1920.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
And
It's
that
just
would
the
have been
difference.
sick to have that.
I remember having an
I
idea like
don't.
that, like, because seeing like old shit from Toronto, like, oh,
Yeah.
here's what Young and blah looked like in 1910 or whatever. I was like, yo, it'd be sick if we had enough pictures to do some sort of virtual tour, you know, like. I think there, you know, like maybe like populated areas like downtown Toronto, you might be able to get like a little bit of it, you know, like
If they
kind of match up the frames and stuff.
If it was for example, like a Nuit Blanche thing, if they had something like a couple blocks on Young,
yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? Yeah, and
But-
you had like a set on, you could see.
But yeah, in the future they'll be able to do literally the whole world. You know,
yeah,
like
exactly. Crazy to think about,
Yeah.
though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're already doing it now with Google Earth.
yeah,
They're gonna
exactly,
be-
yeah.
Google Earth is happening, and they're
Google is definitely gonna get like some virtual POV thing at some point. It's not even gonna be street view.
Google
It'll be
is-
like POV view.
Google's
you know,
literally
like,
trying to create a virtual Earth.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I love it,
They're
bro.
doing it
I
now,
love
and
it.
they're actually trying to do that.
I remember when they started getting like inside the stores, and I was like, "This is amazing."
Yeah, they started getting inside of the stores. And dude, if you search, they you know, before it was just America and Europe and a
Is
bit
weed
of
in you?
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
it was America, Europe, and you know, Canada and a bit of maybe a little bit of Asia, but they're in like crazy countries now.
Yeah, man, they're all over.
You can go do a street view of Venezuela or something crazy like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. I do it on sometimes when I'm really bored.
Yeah.
I'll just like, I was popping in China, street view China, just to see what it's like.
yeah.
It's cool. It's cool.
I remember when I was younger, I wanted to be a hacker. and I kind of figured out. I didn't figure it out fully, but I read a lot of like forums and early Reddit posts and shit like that. And it's crazy how much surveillance there is throughout so many cities. Like you can watch if you just find the right link. You could watch like security cameras, for example, again, like in Japan.
Yeah.
People just walking by on the street,
Yeah.
like now. You know what I mean? It's just crazy to think about. Just the shit that we have access to and we just don't even really know.
Yeah, that Dark Knight thing, that machine, the cell phone machine thing. That's
that's real.
We have the technology. That's gonna happen.
That's
at some
technically
point,
that COVID app that some of you guys have. I just downloaded it because we're gonna be traveling soon.
Yeah.
But the COVID app basically it works through Bluetooth. So
Yeah.
if you're near somebody with Bluetooth and they get a ding that something happened near them, where somebody there's a COVID exposure, then you'll get that ding if you were ever in that area or by that person, all through Bluetooth.
There's a COVID app. I need to get that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Anybody that doesn't know, let me put.
Wait, so when there's an outbreak in an area, it tells you?
yeah, it's called COVID Alert,
Oh my god! Oh, it's a Canadian.
and
app.
it's a Canadian. It's like made by the government.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so like it'll alert you if anybody that
Is
you
that
might
work
have been
other
in
countries
contact
or
with.
just here?
They have it. Every country has a different type of app like this around the world.
Oh, okay.
This is just ours for Canada.
Okay.
But yeah, so it all works through Bluetooth, and it's that exact idea where, well, not as advanced, but
Yeah.
it's the idea of being connected to people and finding their whereabouts and where they have been in the last little bit through Bluetooth and your connections with them. Crazy,
Cool.
crazy world, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
that shit like Bluetooth, like Wi-Fi is gonna be universal at some point. Like,
Yeah.
I can't wait till they get Wi-Fi in the subway. That's
Yeah,
just
bro.
like one of those simple things they should have done years
And
ago.
again, when our kids are listening to this, they're gonna be like, "Bro, Wi-Fi,
Wi-Fi?
on the subway."
yeah.
Wi-Fi, the whole
Bro,
world, the whole
we're-
world is Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the whole world is Wi-Fi. We have a satellite out there that covers the whole planet. You don't have to pay for this shit no more. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Crazy.
where we should be, though, right?
yeah, man. Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully, if all this shit,
Like
you know,
the way we were describing
doesn't fall
Wi-Fi is
apart.
like someone in the 20s being like, or earlier than that, being like, a film had color.
Yeah.
Or like
film
light-
color,
yeah,
sound,
light bulbs,
sound. That's the thing. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait till films have sound.
Yeah.
It's just crazy,
Like
man.
something crazy.
Like somebody's like, "Yo, can you imagine if films had sound?" They'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck are you talking about? Relax, bro. Like, the fuck do you think this
Relax.
is, yo?
Yo, it was subtitles for days.
Wait, sound?
Color?
I can actually hear
What?
Charlie Chaplin talk.
That's crazy. That'd be crazy, man.
What?
Yeah, man. It's just crazy just to look at the world and think about things in perspective sometimes.
Yeah.
Definitely lost in talks on this podcast,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
this is what we're here to do, man. We're here watching this Miami and Lakers game. Lakers are up 59.
NBA Finals Game 1.
NBA Finals game 1. LeBron's getting his next ring. It's looking
Yeah.
like
Okay, buddy. Okay.
definitely.
Yeah, most likely. Miami should not have made it this far.
I say 5 or 6 games.
Miami.
5 or 6 games.
Yeah.
You guys let us know what you think
Yeah.
as well. But yeah, man. I'm just.
Oh, should we switch topics?
I was gonna hop into just a quick little rant, just not a rant, a quick
Okay.
little thing, just so we can cut off the time. Toronto Uprising playlist.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Updating it literally tomorrow, so when you are listening to this, it'll be up already. So I'll spoil it. We got some Night Lavelle on there.
It's crazy. A month passed already, yo.
Yeah, man, crazy.
I mean, it isn't because it's
No.
time doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
but-
time doesn't matter. It's not
Yeah.
linear. Got some Night Lavelle on there. What else we got? Let me pull up the fucking list.
Got some Spooky Mans, Night Lavelle. I'm assuming you have. It's October. Do you have any OVO or no?
Technically not. Like
we were avoiding that, right?
I'm trying to avoid.
Sorry,
I'm trying to
OVO.
avoid the bigger artists.
I got you. October.
I'd
you
love
know,
to add those guys, but
I
I think
feel
that'd be
you.
for another playlist. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel that.
But yeah, we got some. What I just say? Night Lavelle on there. We got some LB Spiffy on there.
Said Toby.
We got some Toby on there. We got who else? We got some Garden View on there. We got some YK on there. We got some Jugger on there. We got some.
Shout outs, man.
So
Shout
that,
outs
that
for
new
days. You hear
fresh
that?
Dylan Sinclair. That we got that SV scoring on there. We got that new Roz and Train Mission. We got a lot of people on there. Basically,
Oh, I gotta send you a couple songs if you didn't put on there.
yes. Feel free. I have.
Did you put Mustafa on there?
Mustafa I got on there.
Mustafa the Poet. Oh, Mustafa the Poet's pretty
I got
sick.
the Air Forces on
I'm just
there.
gonna say that on here. He's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I like even though we got 2 tracks, so I like those 2 tracks.
Solid tracks. I like what he's I like the rollout for Mustafa. It makes sense. Again, he's a poet. He's been around for a minute, you know what I mean? And now that he's in a better situation, I guess musically, he's able to make some tracks for us. So yeah, he's dropped already 2 great songs. That Air Forces track and that video are
It's interesting.
interesting.
It's
They
interesting.
are. When I watched it for the first time, I told
Juxtaposition.
Ian, I was like, "This is genius, very genius."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The
we're-
way they went about it, they really thought about what they were doing. You know what I mean? It's a song about some real hood shit, sung beautifully and poetically, while the music video looks like it would be your average Lil Baby music video, or
Yeah,
real
I mean it's like a
trappy music.
It's like
video.
a typical almost Regent Park style
Yeah.
video that we've seen from other people from that area.
I wouldn't even say Regent Park. It's go again. Like I told you before, it was off of that fucking video when the song doesn't match the video.
It's something like that.
It's something
that,
like
that it's inspired by that concept. where
Yeah.
The song doesn't match the video. So you have like what you would classify as hood video. I hate using that term.
Yeah, I hate
sometimes.
using that term.
It's very
it's not
for
good for
lack
you
of a
'cause-
better term, hood video.
Yeah, but people look at you wild like hood. What you talking about?
Like this is my home, bro. Yeah, no, hood video, whatever you want to call it. It's
Oh shit! That boy slapped the ball out of LeBron's hand.
yeah, we just Sorry guys, game's on.
Yeah, fuck it, man. This is the Lost and Talks
Basically,
podcast.
yeah, I mean,
Deal with
the
it.
song doesn't match the video, but like on purpose.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's just like genius because what you're looking at is like you're looking at this like
You're looking at real
this
shit.
like tough lifestyle, and then you're hearing these beautiful melodies come out of this
Yeah.
man's voice, and
Yeah.
and he's singing his heart out about his
My only critique with that video was that I just felt like there wasn't. It was executed very well, but I felt like there was still no like message behind it. Like we just saw people in their certain situations wherever they were growing up, and that was it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really get anything else from it. Maybe I need to listen to the song a bit more, but from the actual video, just the visuals, I didn't get anything from it. But great overall, very genius idea. Very great song. But yeah, Toronto Uprising playlist is going to be up soon. So make sure you guys are liking that. We just hit 100 likes on that. So again, we're doing this, man. We're actually making it happen. Numbers are slowly going up. People are sending in music, and I'm having different conversations with a lot of people that I'm starting to fuck with personally, and hopefully you guys can too when you listen to the playlist. We're going for a bit of a spookier, not I shouldn't even say spooky, but we're going to start off a bit spooky with some hard, heavy bangers from like Freddie Dredd and Night Lavelle and DJ Smokey and shit like that. And then we'll get into the slower, sexier songs for October. You know, October's very own from Dylan St. Clair and those guys. So yeah, just check out the Toronto Uprising playlist. Let your friends, family, artist friends, everybody know. Free playlist. You could hop on, just send in your music as long as it's not trash.
the realest
You will most
Toronto
likely get in there.
the realest Toronto playlist you'll listen to.
Yep.
It's all independent, mostly independent or upcoming.
Not too many, and not too many gangster dudes up on there too. We have a mix of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not your Six Buzz playlist. It's not. It's not just different hoods. It's
Yeah, yeah.
actual music from people in different areas from around the city, not just from.
Yeah, like we don't
You
like
know.
when we don't even look too deep into an artist's like life or past or whatever. We just look at the song and be like, is this good?
Is this a good song? Is this gonna fit?
Does this fit?
Yeah.
Bam. We don't care where you're. Well, as long as you're from Toronto or Canada, mostly Toronto.
Yeah, mostly Toronto.
That's the
but-
only like criteria besides that and being
Yeah.
good. Otherwise, like we don't really care if you're from this area. Like that doesn't matter. Or even genre. Like it's not. I mean, there's like a couple of genres we mostly fuck with, but it's not too genre specific as well. So if you have a song that's kind of more on the more of a experimental or more of a song that doesn't even fit in within really any genre, please don't hesitate to
Yeah, just swing it. Yo. You
send
never
it
know.
over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you never know.
I mean, I'll tell you now, it's mostly hip hop and R&B, a little bit of experimental and a little bit of like pop. I guess some pop stuff in there too.
Yeah, a little bit of pop. I'm gonna say, yo, where the rock man's at? Where's the
I
bands?
was gonna say, yo, if there's a crazy metal track that we don't know
That's
about,
what I'm
like, I would
saying.
love
Like,
to,
I wasn't
especially for
trying
to-
October.
saying,
Like,
like,
goddamn, bro.
I wasn't trying to put those people like say those people can't submit. Like we just not
They
getting
can.
it.
I'm get like 2 or 3. I don't get a lot, and they're not really that good. I'm not gonna lie. It's like people that are just starting out. You know what I mean? They're like into that indie Nick and Nora's fucking shit. You know what I mean? And I completely understand. I was there too at a point in my life, but I'm just looking for
2020 now.
Yeah, you know, exactly. Like we're in different
not in high
places.
school,
You-
yeah.
You know, like Two Door Cinema Club isn't a thing anymore.
No,
like,
yeah.
like you know what I mean? Like it's time for us to move on. But yeah, there's a few bands in there that I can definitely see me picking in the future to get on the playlist. But I need some more bands. Give me that metal. Give
Maybe
me some
we should
rock.
make
Give
a
me
whole
some.
playlist for those people.
I want to make so many more playlists. You know what I mean? Like,
We're trying to focus our energy on
Yeah.
one right now.
Yeah, exactly.
We want to build like a strong foundation on this one first before doing other ones.
Yeah. So for this month of October, let's try to get this to 200 likes. Just 100 more likes. It's nothing too crazy. We could definitely do it. Last month we got a lot of fucking likes or follows on the playlist. So
Yeah.
yeah, just keep sharing the shit. It's for the city, so just do it for the city. You know what I mean? Like if you're in the scene, why wouldn't you share this? I don't know why I have to sell this to you anymore. We'll catch you guys after this little break. Yo, welcome back to the Lost in Talks podcast, episode 53.
Dude, we start these intros. We restart these breaks with something different every time.
Yeah.
It's always surprising.
Anyways, folks,
Yeah.
before we wrap up the podcast today, final things that we need to touch on. Tory Lanez just came back.
We didn't go anywhere.
Dropped an album. Well, it seemed like he didn't. He wasn't
He was
here on the
just chilling
planet.
in his wherever the fuck he
He was
lives.
in Miami hanging out on the
He was
beach.
making
Apparently.
music,
That's what I
clearly.
heard from that music video he dropped. He has a new girlfriend and they're hanging out on the beach in Miami. Fucking.
That's what he said, eh?
Yeah, congrats.
Cool.
So yeah, Tory Lanez is back. I did not listen to the album. I don't think any of you did.
Oh, I did. I listened to a couple songs. I listened to the first one, which is the one
Okay.
he said a lot of the shit.
Oh, okay.
And then that was like the main song, first one, and then he sprinkled a bunch of
Shit in there.
other little jabs and points here and there
Yeah.
throughout the album. So you gotta listen to the whole album to take in every single point that he brings up.
You know what's crazy? Me and Ian were literally talking about that same day he dropped the album. We were literally talking about hitting him up on Instagram and being like, bro,
Yeah, it's true.
you need a platform.
Yeah, we wanted to get guys like fun fact. We wanted to get him on this pod. I
We
know
wanted
it
to get
seems
the first Tory
pretty
Lanez.
impossible, but I think at the time, since he hadn't been on, he hadn't said anything. and
Yeah.
it was looking pretty bad for him. He needed a safe space.
Yeah.
To talk and really tell his side of the story. And if he hops on something like Breakfast Club or one of those bigger platforms, they're just gonna hound him with questions and probably gonna corner him with tactics and stuff. But here at Lost in Nostalgia and Lost in Talks podcast, we'd like to just
Have an open floor for
have an
anybody
open
to-
conversation without any questions that would corner him and get him to say something he doesn't want to say. And
Yeah.
a safe space, a safe interview, if you will. We wanted this for Tory Lanez, just simply because I think it would just be fair and he'd be able to speak his mind without having to worry about anything else. So,
But he dropped an album instead. So
he
there's
dropped
no
an album
need.
instead, so it ended up not that. I mean, he still can go on he can still go
we
on
can still hit him up, but I was
on
just
a
like,
platform and talk. But
yeah. But it was, I will say it's nice to hear something from Tory Lanez. I heard he was getting a lot of, people were beefing with him because he decided to drop an album, try to make some money from this, which I understand. But at the same time, I look at it, he's a rapper. So I'm kind of, on the fence about it.
because a lot of, rappers are known to handle their issues with music.
They're supposed to a lot of the time.
Yeah.
We usually appreciate when a rapper does that, when they handle it with raps. But in this situation,
But now
I
they
feel
want
like
mans to go on live and talk about it.
no. But I feel like what the big issue is here with Tory was that we just wanted to hear from him sooner. You know what I mean?
True.
It had been, it's been like 2 months or some shit like that. And we haven't.
And I feel like it had to have been a
heard.
statement, though. You know, like when Pusha T comes at Drake, yeah, you don't want to hear Drake make a statement. You want to hear him make a track.
Yeah.
But like when it's something like this, you don't want to hear this shit on a song. Like you want to hear.
I
want to
hear the story. Yeah.
You know, so
I want to hear actually what happened.
yeah, I feel like it's a combination of just not happening fast enough and dropping an album. And like you said, like if the first track had most of the jabs, like why drop a song? Don't drop an album, you know? Like
Yeah, the whole
know,
album.
yeah.
I didn't see that whole album come.
Yeah.
But maybe we're wrong. Maybe there's more. But yeah, it was looking like it was just a 1-2 track on there. Maybe I'm wrong though. But yeah, definitely cool to hear from him. We got his kind of side of the story, which was it didn't go down like that. Pretty much is what he's trying to say. And people are going up against him because of music industry stuff because he has his masters, which is again also kind of believable. We've seen this type of stuff happen before with artists where you get your masters and then one day everything kind of flips. You know, it's happened to Prince, happened to Michael Jackson. Shit gets weird.
Yeah, why? Illuminati.
I wouldn't say Illuminati, but music industry shit. It's kind of the same thing that was kind of going on with Joe Budden and when he decided to expose Spotify for the people that they are that couldn't even buy him, and his team used Rolexes. All of a sudden, videos and people started coming out against Joe Budden. So there's videos being dropped about him talking about jerking off his dog.
What?
There's fucking
I didn't hear about that.
one of his exes was talking about how he put his hands on her and how he would abuse her and shit like that, and he had to get back on his podcast and say, "No, this bitch is crazy. Da 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 da. I never do those things to her. Da 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 da." He's like, "I was literally just at this girl's house the other day. She invited me over, so I don't know why she's talking about these things now when we haven't been in a relationship for like 10 years." But that's the type of shit that goes on in the industry. You know, people try to take you down. You have what's the word I'm looking
Who's
for?
they though? Like it's so
It's the
crazy.
gatekeepers, bro.
But like who? Like the man's Kanye was tweeting about. Like
Yes.
who?
Those guys have those
Who
Twitter
are these
fingers.
people, bro? It's scary, bro. It's like I don't want to be on these people's bad side.
That's what it is. It's the
Like,
people that are in
holy.
the big positions.
How are they
If
able
you-
to pull strings where your whole life collapses and all
that's what they try to do. They try to
all-
switch up the narrative. You know what I
all your
mean?
evils come out.
And I'm not saying I'm backing up Tory Lanez or anything. I'm leaning more towards Joe Budden when I'm talking about switching up the narrative. But
Yeah.
but this is a thing that we have kind of seen happen where narratives have kind of been, you know, set and we as a society kind of roll with it. And you don't necessarily get to always hear the truth. And this is one of those situations where
Dude, you just want to hear the truth on this.
I've kind of heard both sides. They both said, you know, shit didn't go down the way that the other person
Okay,
said.
but like that both from both sides, that doesn't mean shit to me. 'Cause it's a
Exactly.
he said,
So-
she said situation.
So
know
at
what
this
I mean?
point, me personally, I no longer care about the situation.
And don't attack me because I'm not supporting Meg right away.
Yeah.
Because I am leaning more towards Meg's story because she, in my opinion, she
Yes.
has no real reason to lie and say this.
My whole
but
thing
she
is-
might have reasons to kind of make the story seem a lot worse than
Yeah.
it really is.
My whole
Right.
thing with that is, again, just having a gun around a woman, especially if you have security. So I just want to know who had the gun and why did it go off. That's my thing. But I'm at a point right now in this whole Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion thing where I understand that I'm never going to get the full story. So
I think you might.
I can't care right
It might
right
be one
now.
of it might be one of those things that 3-4 years down the line, you just Tory Lanez
Maybe.
starts talking about it.
Maybe, but right
You know, 'cause
now
time has passed and it feels like he
right
can
now
talk
because
about it.
of I'm sure because of like legal reasons, we're not going to hear it shit.
That's happened before. People
So,
have come out with info.
I am no
years
longer
later.
interested. This is probably the last time you hear it on the podcast until we get like a sit down interview with both of these people.
Till we get some hard facts.
and we get some hard facts from like the police or somebody, a fucking detective, I don't know, Sherlock. Somebody could figure this shit out. But right now, I'm just sitting on the back burner. I am not on anybody's side. We're not here to pick sides. We're here for the truth at the end of the day.
Yeah, we don't have. There's too much missing information within the story from both sides, and no one's telling the full truth.
Yeah.
I mean, even Meg is holding back all info. She's being very vague with the story. you know?
Everybody's being vague. So.
Everyone's being vague, you know. So
Yeah.
that's why I don't believe either of them and exactly what happened.
Yeah. Still, at the end of the day, it's Black Lives Matter. Protect black women and protect black men. I don't want Tory Lanez to have to be put in a fucked up situation if he did this. So, you know, I look at it both ways. I don't want anything bad going on with Tory. I don't want anything bad to happen to Meg. It sucks that something bad had to happen to her, but yeah, I just want the truth. And if we're not going to get that right now, then I can no longer pay too much attention to it until we do.
Are you going to support Tory?
I'm not going to support anybody because I was never a big Megan Thee Stallion fan anyways, and I was never bumping Tory Lanez. Well, I used to back in the day, you know, SoundCloud days and shit. But I haven't been bumping Tory like that since fucking...
You like more of his rap shit. Not
that Honda Civic, the Honda Civic days and the SoundCloud fucking era, Fargo days, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Days a lot of mans don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm just chilling. You know, I'm minding my business. So, best to both of them. Don't wish anything bad on either of them, in any circumstance. You know. So yeah, that's enough on them. Yeah. Anything else we had to touch on before we go?
I don't know if everyone's gonna agree with you on that one.
I don't give
but
a fuck.
You can't. Not everyone can agree with you on anything.
Hey, but that's life. You know what I mean?
It is what it is.
You can't please everybody. You learn that very quickly because your mom could want something for you and you might not want it for yourself, and then your dad could want something else for you, and you just piss both of those people off, but you're not happy yourself. So hey, such is life.
Yeah. There are people, you know, on this street who got shot and we don't know what happened in those situations.
Yeah.
And they don't make music, but I don't listen to their music the same way that I don't listen to Tory and music either. So it's like, you have to understand that, like, because this is a higher profile case, people get shot every day, and
they have their own stories about
There's a war going on in our city right now, so we have other things to worry about right now. People are getting shot on blocks for stupid rap songs and shit. Like, there have been like six or like 5 shootings a day for the last week or so because a music video dropped. Like, we have other shit to worry about, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a bigger picture to all this. We just talked about the fucking universe and the stars. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as big as this seems,
I love that conversation.
As big as this Tory shit seems, you know what I mean? This Tory and Meg shit.
Yeah.
Bro, a black hole could open up tonight right beside the Earth, and that wouldn't matter.
We started off with one of the deepest existential like topics, and we're ending with like one of the most meaningless, probably petty ass topics ever.
Just to put it in perspective, because that's how small it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying these people don't matter, their lives don't matter, but in the grand scheme of things,
it looks like Megan is fine right now. Not. I mean, obviously she might still be
she's probably
traumatized and stuff.
Traumatized,
but like,
and
seems like
that.
she seems like she's doing well.
She's also not the only person that's been shot.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, you know,
so
a lot of shit's happening. So
love, support, and all the best to Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. You know, and anybody involved. I hope all y'all are safe, and hopefully one day we can get the truth. And if not, then you guys know the truth, and I hope that that sits right with you, no matter what's going on on media and social media and shit like that. So. Yeah, man.
People keep coming out and saying that that OJ is gonna confess at some point, and that hasn't happened. So
that's not happening.
I want him to on his deathbed, though.
On his deathbed, like last words, like
people were saying when he was in jail again, he was gonna do it, but
nah, man. That's.
I remember when they had the OJ's Twitter.
Yeah. Oh man.
He's like, I did that shit. Fucking hilarious. And people were like, what? Because he just opened a Twitter that same day. It's hilarious. Hilarious stuff, man. But anyways, thank you for listening to the Lost and Talks podcast. Today, the most lit podcast in the fucking galaxy, or in this timeline, I should say.
In this timeline.
This is episode 53, Toronto Uprising playlist. Make sure you're on that shit. Make sure you guys are sharing the podcast and the playlist with everybody. Make sure you guys are sharing Kevin A's music. Make sure you're sharing our videos and our YouTube videos. And make sure you're just showing love to everybody else in the city and wherever the fuck you're from. Keep doing your thing. And we'll catch you guys in episode 54.